So, back to what we are going on to do today. Half the day has been shot. I just can't believe where the time goes. Watch that extension cord. I came out here thinking I need to get it moved, and I hadn't done it yet. Yeah, that's fine. Well, that's caught on something. That's not good. All right, crisis averted, mostly. We started yanking on that cord, and I knocked over that 40 hood. That was not good. Everything's okay, though. It didn't damage it. But basically, I wanted to show you what we've got going, and opening this door up kind of shows you. All this concrete had gone bad in this section because of the water every year, for years since this driveway's been built. Freeze and thaw, crack like this. It was just crumbled. It was so bad that every time I parked in here, I'd walk around to the passenger side, get the kids out of the car, and I would trip over chunks of concrete. So last year, Trey and Murdoch helped me dig it all out. These are my workers. These guys always will come out and work. They enjoy doing it. It gives them something to do. And if you don't ask your kids to help and do things, they're not going to build their bodies. They're not going to be independent, working beings that can do things for themselves. Encourage your kids to help. They're not made to help. They're liking it. There's nothing good on TV. It's Saturday evening. So this is a good project for us to do as a family. So to prevent the water from all running in there in the future, the whole driveway is uphill. Now, I'm downhill of this, and just to show you a flat shot, this is flat. So there's quite a grade of drop from the top of the driveway to down low. At one point, when we first moved here, I had noticed the finish on the driveway was really slick. Somebody hit the corner of the building. So if you park up in here, and then you swing down to here, somebody lost it and hit this whole corner. That's all smashed up. So we're going to divert some of this water. We're going to at least try to help it. Now, we've brought a bunch of rock material and gravel in, and over the years, we just keep adding it. This section was really low, and we added a ton of rock there when the kids were small. We had all gone out and found rocks. We brought them up by the truckload and the wagon load. But you see that puddle out there? It's never ending. We need to get the water past there and to get it out of the garage. Murdoch, you know, I've had this project going on at my old house, and our good shovels are over there right now for doing landscaping work. So we're using what we have on hand. We've got a flat spade garden shovel, a short handled spade shovel that's a rounded shovel. So we're gonna go through, we're gonna dig a trench here. We're gonna dig a trench straight out to there where we can put in a solid pipe. I think we're gonna use this corrugated drain tile. We have got rolls of this that we've already bought and are unused. So we can put in a section here to start catching the water. And this building does not have an eaves trough on it. And we get a lot, well, down there it does. On this section it doesn't. So we could even start it with a perforated section here and switch to solid. Well, I guess we would want it perforated the whole way. Yeah. Okay. So we're going to do perforated. We can start there and go all the way around. We've got to get through this asphalt. Now, this asphalt is garbage, and I don't know how far there is concrete. So this is kind of we're going to see what's going on with it. So after having a couple driveway contractors out here about resurfacing this, I found out that it is asphalt over concrete, and they could tell me that because of these lines in the asphalt that's up here, because it's the expansion joints from the concrete and it's been asphalted over. Now, I don't know how far it goes, if that is just a parking pad there. It seems to only be over there, but we've got a couple of cracks here that could be expansion joints. Not real sure. So we're gonna go ahead. Got a little tool here. My husband has done some masonry work. So we have a natural dip right here anyway. And I knew at our old house we have a graded channel right in front of the driveway. So we could do that, but it's going to be, you know, a little more expensive. I think I priced it out at about $400 to go across the length of the driveway. So that's an option too, but I'm going to just measure it out for this in the meantime. For this width, it's about, I don't know, 3 inches maybe. And got this masonry tool here. This is for splitting bricks, masonry bricks. And he did some masonry work with his dad. I'm just gonna tap that and we'll be able to go right through this concrete. We got the pickaxe. We can take the pickaxe also and go along there. So I've got some safety glasses here. Let me show you these. I picked up these basic Stanley safety glasses and they give me full coverage. Here's me with my safety glasses. I had some old ones and they got all scratched up from being in my work bag all the time. So we're going to pick up a couple more pair of these. I'll put a link in the description to these. I picked them up on Amazon for about $4. So you can get yourself several pairs all at once to make sure the whole family has some. We're going to get some more coming for us because we're always doing this work together. I'm going to show you another thing I just picked up on Amazon also. This is called a Ulanzi ST04, and this will hold your cell phone for filming. If you have a YouTube channel or you want to be able to do things, I picked up a Rode microphone because a lot of times when I film the family, it doesn't come across really well. So we're going to be switching over to this mount here, and this can turn sideways and I can lock it into place just like this. And I also picked up this stand here for holding everything because then I can carry it around a lot easier. And I'll put a link in the description to that too. I was able to pick up this entire set on Amazon for a little bit of money. I don't even remember how much everything was, but I know this was about $17. And these are, you know, anywhere from $20 to $50. You do need a separate cord if you're going to be attaching it to your cell phone. So keep that in mind because this little 3-prong deal on the end instead of the 2-prong end that it comes with is required, and then you can plug it right into your phone. I noticed that when I was filming my husband a lot of times in the workshop that his voice wasn't carrying the way that mine does because I'm always closer to the camera or the phone. So this way I can use this microphone with my phone when I'm filming to get that better voice to you, because I've had some comments like in the beekeeping videos that it's just not loud enough. So hopefully when I do get to the beehives, it's been so cold. Like I'm needing a winter hat today. It was 40 degrees out, 42 yesterday when I was doing my afternoon chores. It said about 52 earlier, and I know it's cooler now than it was then. It's about 49 degrees right now. I'm cold. I could use some gloves and a hat. And I've just got this lightweight jacket on, so brr. It is too cold. So we're going to do some work here, and you can watch us work.
Yeah, I'm too heavy. I can get the tool all the way with this. Okay, stand back.
Good job, good job. All right, where's that other one?
I want a shovel.
Here's a shovel, Bethany, Murdoch, and Trey. If you dig straight down, okay, we gotta be able to bury this. Okay. Well, I'm gonna try to teach the boys here something. Okay. And we could find you another shovel. But it starts getting packed down. That pointy shovel is gonna work best. Will you hold this for me? Because if you need to shove with your foot. Now, if you're hitting, you know, this, you're not going to dig down. It's got to be, you know, twice as deep as this. Alright? Because what you do is, you put some gravel. The idea, what we're going to do, is dig this deep enough to put a layer of gravel in the hole, put this on, and then put some more gravel over the top of this to fill it in, and then we won't crush this by just driving over it. And if we do a perforated material this whole way and switch to a solid,
What is that?
a bolt and a nut broke off.
Oh, fancy.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do perforated here on the edges and put in a T to switch to a solid pipe out to the field and get beyond that water puddle. All right, where's my tool? I'm gonna let them go ahead and dig. They're in younger, better shape than I am, and I'm going to chisel away the width here and see what we can do.
Ow. They're trying to go to a lawn mower.
Now, it seems that we got concrete joined with just asphalt.
I'll dig right to you. Can you pickaxe at that a little bit? Yeah, pickaxe. Stay back, stay back. Don't drag it. Don't drag it. What?
Now, if you're not sure if you should be doing this, you might want to wait. For me, that means wait until the boss got home and ask to make sure that it's okay that I go ahead and chisel away some of the driveway. Because I don't want to have to go buy a couple bags of cold patch and fill it all in if it was wrong. Stand right in front of me in the camera, Murdoch. See how I just went in a straight line? Okay? Just take this. Just take this. Hold it down low, like this. You're getting that top. Okay?
Thank you.
Here you go. Glasses.
Oh, good.
Safety first. And wear gloves too if you want. The gloves are for me to keep warm.
Probably put gravel in it to make it solid.
That was a waste of a lot of digging.
No, Murdoch, because why? You put gravel in there, the asphalt off the gravel. See how this is all breaking up?
Yeah. So it's like stairs versus a ramp.
Yep, it gives it something durable to get the tires up on before it hits the asphalt, so you get good. So soon this will all be gone. This will all be cleared out. Drive right around.
So one thing led to another, and now it is, maybe an hour later. It is almost 7:30, and we are losing daylight fast. A week ago, it was 8:30, and it was dark. So the animals' feeding schedule, everything is getting bumped up. And yes, I'm thinking about winter. If we don't plan for it now, we're going to have a miserable time trying to take care of things later. What we decided to do is to dig a trench from this corner And instead of going straight out, we took care of our scrap pile, so that's gonna have to go in on a weekday. We're gonna dig right through here in a low spot and join up where it's wanting to naturally flow anyway and go right out there. Okay, so it's been a few weeks. Honestly, my husband came out and decided to take over the supervisory job in the work. Let me show you what happened. So like I said, all the water was running downhill, and you can see right here where he had moved something that had like some oil in it. This is a straight path of downhill, and it all just kind of stopped there. Well, there's a slight groove. There's concrete underneath this asphalt, and I was going to chip away here all the way across. He didn't want me to do that, and you can see the moisture line right there. Some water is still collecting right in there. Not terrible bad, but I want to dig a channel out. He didn't want to spend money for any channeling or inlaid drainage system. I just wanted to do the corrugated or plastic pipe. Well, he decided to go ahead and dig a ditch right here. I was going to dig a ditch here and have the two connect. We don't use this area. It just kind of becomes the scrap pile. And since I had hauled in the last load of scrap for the year, it was a good time to start working on this project so that the door wouldn't get froze shut. But the water from the main part, see, this is really wet. We have had weeks and weeks of snow, melting, and rain. So he stopped the ditch here, and he just left it. So you can see it's just kind of running off, and it's collecting here. This area used to be really low, and if I had hay sales, people would get stuck here. So I brought in big rocks and then little gravel and mixed it in. So there's still a little bit of a low spot. I think I did one load here last year and one load this year. Now the water is collecting here, and what doesn't stop here, you can see we had a real heavy rain a few days ago. Oh, it was windy and bad. I lost a couple shingles off the barn again. So, see, this is sand. It's washing away where I'd put in gravel. This is what is happening. Everything's collecting right here in this spot. So then I realized kind of what had been happening with the driveway here is this whole barn up here, everything from the driveway is higher and gradually gets lower. So this area that flooded real bad a couple of years ago, every bit of it, just a super big mess. We're going to have to keep on channeling. And I tried a little bit today with 2 different shovels. I didn't have a good shovel for it, but we need to keep going out there and put a dry well in. So if you're not familiar with dry wells, you dig a deep hole. They're also called French drains when they go around a building and then go out to a dry well. The dry well is the catch basin, and basically what you're doing is digging a deep hole, filling it. You can line it. Sometimes they line it with landscape fabric, and filling it full of gravel. So the dry well will grab that water and help it like leach out of that dry well area into the rest of the field. So there is so much more to this project. At least I got it somewhat started, but now I've made a huge mess for him. He was moving these trailers around that are filled full of hay the other day, and he's been parking his fuel trucks here, and oh, what a mess, what a mess. We put in another call about the gravel and another load of sand. We actually found out from the amount of sand we brought in when we brought this trailer in, the corner had been repaired. We clipped a tree branch in the same spot that had been repaired because of the driveway being higher from us hauling sand in. So now I have to patch that up. So I don't think we really want to add more sand, but he needs to do some grading work. So he's going to have to get out there with the water pump, drain the water out again, smooth it out after it's dry for a day or two. And we've been really fortunate. It's been a little bit warmer. The last 2 or 3 days have been in the upper 40s, so we might be able to get a bit of work done here in the driveway the week of Thanksgiving. So I'm kind of counting on that. I just don't know if the guy's going to want to be working to bring us the gravel. We're going to have some real trouble there, and he's going to end up having to block the paved driveway and parking on that if that doesn't get fixed up. And I've shown you my paved driveway before. It's in bad shape. Just a minute. So the heavy truck, the heavy trailers, the tractors with these big treads, when they dig in, I had told you earlier this year I did some work. These are chunks of asphalt. We found out they did a 2-inch driveway where there was supposed to be a 4-inch driveway. And laughably, this fall, the guy came and asked me if we'd like him to recoat the driveway. So that's not a job that was going to get done, but we do have some other jobs that are going to get done, huh, Bethany? Tell me about your flowers.
So, I was wondering if you all noticed that tulips can stay underground for a very long time. Through fall and winter, they can stay under that long.
That's right, and what happens in the spring when it warms up?
They bloom.
That's right. So Bethy's going to have a whole garden full of her tulips this spring, next spring, for you to see.
And let me tell them what the seeds are. So the seeds are actually called bulbs, and they look just like onions.
That's funny.
Yeah, they look like tiny little onions.
I think they taste better than onions, though, because the squirrels at our old house dug them up and ate them all. That's why there's only daffodils. They didn't like the daffodil bulbs, but they liked the tulip bulbs.
Oh, yeah,
the yellow and white flowers. Sometimes they're yellow and yellow. Ours are all yellow and white.
What do daffodils look like again?
Like a star.
Oh, yeah, I remember.
That's right. So everybody, remember about Bethany's garden. If you didn't watch that video of her planting, you can go back and watch that. It was just a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
But we've got a job to do, and we've got to get back to it. Right?
Bye! And press the thumbs up button.